Monday Guitar Motivation. Now, I am not live today. I'm actually out of town, and I'm going to be out of town for a little while, for another week or so. So I just wanted to make this, though, to give you something to think about for the week with your practice. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is connecting positions together, and you might have heard me talk about this before, but I like to come back to this conversation quite frequently because it seems to help people a lot. So basically what we're going to be talking about is when you're learning how to play scales on the guitar, learning how to visualize connecting the positions together so it makes more sense in your head. And then I'm also going to give you some ideas on how to practice that as well. So let's think about this for a second. Let's say we were going to be in a pretty standard key, like we're going to use A minor pentatonic. So I'm doing something like this. And I want to learn how to improvise with that. I want to learn how to write with that, whatever it is. Okay? As I'm looking at that, the first thing I need to be able to do is I need to visualize that in my head. I need to be able to see 5-8, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, 5-8, 5-8. Or more importantly, I need to see 1-4, 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, 1-4, 1-4. Why the fingers? Because I need to understand that I could move this into other keys and those frets aren't going to help me anymore. But that shape will stay the same. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that when you're playing it in real time, when you're improvising or something like that, that you're always using those fingers, but it's a nice reference for us to get started to be able to see it in our head. So 1-4, 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, 1-4, 1-4. Okay, and I am going to play that in A. So we start learning how to play it. We practice it, you know, all those kinds of things, use a metronome, whatever it is that you use to study these things and to memorize them. So once we've got it memorized, we can visualize it on our fretboard. We can visualize it in our mind. So the next thing to understand is what we want to do once we get comfortable with that is to learn yet another position and connect onto that position. Now, what are positions? Well, for us as guitar players, if you think about it, when we go somewhere on the guitar, let's say the 5th fret where A is here, and we play, we've covered all the notes of that scale in that one spot on the guitar, which we call a position. The thing is, those notes exist below and above where I am right now on the guitar. Obviously, if I'm playing A minor pentatonic, I'm playing the notes A, C, D, E, and G. And then it repeats A, C, D, E, and G, and so on, until I run out of strings. So if I move up on the guitar or move down on the guitar, I can still play A's and C's and D's and E's and G's, but I have to play them in another spot or another position on the guitar. That's how this works. So what I want to do is I want to look at this position that I'm playing, 5-8, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, 5-8, 5-8, and I want to visualize it as two different pieces, or two different membranes, if you will. So on this side, I've got all 5s, and on this side, I've got 8, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8. So I can visualize those. Again, it all starts in my mind. I have to see all of this in my brain. Yes, I need to be able to see it on the fretboard, but everything is quicker if I can analyze it in my head. So I want to see those 5s, and then I want to see this side over here, 8, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8. Okay? So when I start learning another position on the guitar, whether it's lower or higher, it's going to use one of those membranes. You see? So if I was to learn, for instance, what I'll refer to as the second position, we're calling this the first position. So if I want to learn the second position is also going to use 8, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8. It can't all of a sudden start using a 7 and a 6 and a 8 or something like that, because now I'm playing notes that aren't part of that scale anymore. You see? So it's going to use those same notes. The difference is we have to have a new membrane on this side as well. So in this particular position, I'd be playing 8, 10, 7, 10, 7, 10, 7, 9, 8, 10, and then 8, 10. Now let me play that in its entirety here. Okay, now listen to these as I play these. you can hear that they are the same notes. They just look different. So when I'm learning this second position, the good news is I've already got half of it memorized because I already know 8, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8. I just need to memorize the other side, the other part of this membrane right over here. So we have 10, 10, 10, 9, 10, 10. That's pretty easy. It's almost all 10s, right? 10, 10, 10, 9, 10, 10. Always remembering that they are both sharing this middle section right here. And it's nice to be able to visualize that, because then what you can do is almost think of this as this is kind of the equator, and then you have these two other pieces that stick out on the other sides, right? Almost like two puzzle pieces or two Lego pieces that connect together. And it's nice to be able to see that, because then when I'm playing, I can move back and forth between those as I get comfortable with being able to play these positions. Okay, let's take a look at this again, this first position, and let's work our way that way, all right? And we're going to play what's called the fifth position, because there's actually 5 of these. But we're just, instead of working all the way up, we're just working our way back this way. So I'm still going to use this membrane here, these 5s, okay? But now I have to build something new on that side. So I'm going to play 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. And it looks like this. And again, if I play the notes, you can hear they are the same thing. They just look different. So again, I've got this center membrane here that connects to this first position over on this side. And now I've got this new one over here that is 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3. So again, I could connect those. And you can see how that's how you start learning how to move around the fretboard. Now, there's lots of different ways of being able to visualize and memorize. This is just an idea for you if you struggle with trying to get from one position to the next, because oftentimes when I would teach, back when I used to do private lessons, I would teach students these sorts of things, and when they were first learning how to play scales, they would oftentimes just see them, I always call it with blinders on. You think of like a horse that has those blinders so they're not looking around, right? So they can only play a position when they're there. They can't see what's coming up before them or after them. They can just see that while they're playing, and then they move up and play this. And the problem with that is oftentimes, number one, you can't kind of maneuver between these, obviously. But the second thing is it limits you, so oftentimes that scale position won't be as creative. It'll sound more like a scale because you're really just playing it up and down, you see, where what we want to learn how to do, and there's a lot of different things we could talk about. And I have a lot of videos, obviously, that you can check out that are going to talk about these sorts of things, but learning how to get creative and make things sound more musical. But it certainly starts with being able to visualize and then being able to execute the ability of being able to play these positions, you see? So hopefully that helps you a little bit. You can always check out, there's playlists on YouTube, on the Steve Stine Guitar channel, that you can, there's all kinds of Monday guitar motivation stuff. There's all kinds of videos that you can watch. Do me a favor, like and share, and certainly subscribe and comment. I'd love to see if this helps you at all. But share it with somebody that might benefit from this sort of conversation. And please subscribe. That way you always know when I've got something else new that's coming out. All right? And be sure to check out guitarzoom.com. We have an all-access membership now where you can get all of my guitar courses, all of the smaller videos that I make, all of my live sessions, all of that stuff is available. And I'd love for you to be a part of the community. So take care, stay positive, and I'll talk to you hopefully next Monday. If not next Monday, it'll be the Monday after, again, because I'm out of town. But I hope you